Somebody making a joke at the fan text line. What if the group chat isn't surprised at all? Like, I'm sure he was gambling. We're on the team playing gambling all the time. I'm not surprised at all he's tied up in illegal poker games. Yeah, well, yeah, Chance. Oh, yeah, I saw that coming. Yeah, nobody's surprised by that.
I played him. I beat him. I didn't know how he kept winning money from people.
Kept winning money over and over.
Sense.
Pocket aces every hand, man. It didn't quite make sense. Now I all get it. Chauncey Billups arrested this morning by the FBI for being in cahoots with the mafia and illegal gambling, illegal poker games, luring people in, stealing their money, essentially.
By the way, a poll question going up, who would you rather have as the interim coach, Nate Bjorken or Damian Lillard?
I mean, that's the whole other angle to this that I'd like to start talking about a little bit, because, like, as of now...
We know who it's going to be. I mean, realistically.
Well, we do know. I know. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying as of now, in terms of the breaking news on Chauncey Billups, it's kind of like this is it. He's been arrested. He'll appear in court later today. The details are out there. We know the details. There's no point in continuing to go over them over and over and over again. We'll do a reset a little bit later on here this morning in the show. If ever anybody's new listening and you're up at 9 a.m., we'll tell you what's happened and play some audio for you. But the other side of this is the basketball side of it, which is far more important to me. I don't care about Chauncey Billups getting arrested that much. He sounds like a scumbag. Time will tell on that.
Oof,
but what he's
true,
alleged, he is a horrible person if what he was doing ends up being proven true. Not to mention the allegations that already existed in his past when Neil O'Shea was sipping a water bottle saying, let's shut down these questions and not answer them anymore. There was a clip. We were all geared up to talk about the Blazers opening game today. Anthony Edwards, after the game in Minnesota, for Minnesota last night, he was unbelievable, and he had a quote basically saying, the days of coming to Portland and getting an easy win are over. This is not an easy team to beat. They're physical. They're big. They're going to guard you 94 feet away from the hoop. Chauncey has his guys playing hard. They're coming at you in waves. And it was funny because that was kind of the takeaway that I think a lot of people were going to have of, like, not that quality losses or moral victories should be a thing in professional sports, but in a year where you're trying to show that you can hang with better teams and that you've taken a step, it was a really encouraging sign last night to see some of the things that we saw. And now the million-dollar question is, what does this do to your season? These are uncharted waters for everybody involved, not to mention just coaches leaving or getting fired. You just had your head coach get arrested by the FBI after the opening game of the season. We're not 20 games into this thing. They just started last night. You got another game tomorrow against the Golden State. Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler are coming to town tomorrow night
after
to play
a nice
you.
opening win for them.
After a nice opening win for them, looking
you know
very
who else
good.
Is coming back? Terry Stotts.
Terry Stotts.
Boy, he's going to walk in that room feeling a little different.
Can we bring Terry back? Is that possible? Get him on the phone. Before I get to the front office and how this plays out for Joe Cronin, who I think his whole future and everything within the organization is now in question, I would imagine, with this big of a news.
There has to be a lot up in the air right now.
This is an impossible question to answer, but I'm going to ask it anyways. Yeah. How the hell does the team respond to this? What does this do to your season? Do you get a come together factor that you start playing harder? Do you? I don't know even how to begin to make sense of what this means on the basketball court, which is far more important, I think, to the vast majority of fans than whatever happens to Chauncey Billups in his future.
I honestly, look, none of us know.
No.
This is a mere guess, right? Like, everybody's going to tell you that what they say is accurate here. The only way we're going to know is by seeing it. You just hope, I think, internally, that the leaders of that team, the real veteran guys who have seen some S in their time in the league, right?
Thankful to have Dame and Drew around right now because they've been around a long time.
Dame, Drew, Tease has been in the league for a hot minute, right? Like, these guys have seen some stuff. Now, I know this is different. This is a one-off in maybe NBA history with how you lost a coach. You just hope that they get together today. They internally say, Nate, you're the guy. We got to deal with this legality stuff. You bring the team in, and they have honest conversations, and this is a rally cry. Not for Chauncey, more just like for them. Because now it has to be about for them. And Chauncey, very well respected within that organization as the coach of the team. But that's done, dude. Like, I have a hard time after hearing what that attorney said, even if you are able to kind of skate on a punishment of some sort, how are you getting out of that? And then how are you going to be the coach still?
Right.
All of it's a bad look. You just have to hope that they go in, and I don't even know if they have the talent necessary to beat Golden State, who might be a step better with Jimmy all year.
Yeah, Kuminga looked great in opening night for them, too.
But I thought you brought up a good point. And Edwards was in the locker room last night, and he lost to them here last year, but he said they're different. They're different. And that was a great loss, if there ever was one in the NBA.
The reason you lost the game is because they have an Anthony Edwards and you don't have an Anthony Edwards. It's as simple as that. Like,
you also lost because Shaden, Drew, and Denny collectively made
they didn't do great,
4 threes or 3 threes total. Like, they weren't good from behind the arc, and that's going to happen. But
their offense petered a little bit at the end of the game.
I hope it's something that it brings them together with the young guys just not really caring about anything outside of their TikTok world, and the veterans going, we're here, we're playing for one another.
Yeah.
You bring the same effort you brought against Minnesota, you absolutely could beat Golden State. So we're going to have to wait and see on it. But that's all you can hope for, is that collectively they rally as a group for themselves and just try to move on. They cannot control what just happened, right? They're going to be asked about it, obviously. And I don't even know what they're going to say other than maybe no comment. But
sure,
there's
what
nothing they can do
now,
about it. There's nothing you can do about it as a player.
I think that the interesting part is just the distraction that it causes, and does that impact your season? Because I'm with you. You would hope there would be a kumbaya effect where guys are coming together. It's great to have leadership in the locker room to try and stitch everything and weave everything back into the fold. But like, this is going to be something they're going to, like, imagine their press availability before the game on Friday at shoot-around. How many, I mean, they're going to get bombarded with questions about this for weeks on end. When they go on the road for the first time and you're dealing with road media and you got to talk after the game, like, it's just going to be something that they're going to have to deal with. And so it will challenge just their focus and their attention to detail and all the other things, because it's very easy to allow something like this to kind of snowball and derail your season. And I'm with you. I hope that doesn't happen, because it's funny. I saw a tweet from Joe Simons, who does the postgame show with Danny, and he had a point that I actually, if I would have read it last night, I would have been like, yeah, man, because I've been somebody that's been on the other side of the fence. Essentially, like, even the most pessimistic Blazer fan out there has to have a semi-positive takeaway from this. This is a team that plays hard. They're built in the identity that they've been trying to build. That's getting lengthy guys that play defense, and they're going to play with effort and intensity, and like, that's going to be good for a certain amount of wins. And you get these little, all your young guys locked up under contract that you care about. Shaden just got the deal done. Kamara's got the deal done. Denny's got a great contract. Like, even the most pessimistic Blazer fan has to come away from that game saying, you know what, that was kind of fun. I'm relatively encouraged. And then the next morning, this bombshell drops. Like, on the very next day, after I was ready to come in and be like, you know what, this is kind of fun again. I'm looking forward to watching games. We got new ownership. It's a fresh start. Like, I've been reinvigorated as a fan for the first time, what feels like in a while. I gave the thought yesterday, this is the most excited I've been for a Blazer season since the year after they went to the conference finals. That's genuinely how I felt, because it just felt like you were blowing like a fart in the wind for a couple of years there with no direction, no purpose. Your owner didn't care. She's checked out. And now finally it's like, man, things are kind of going in the right direction. And the second I feel that way,
I mean, I also think, totally fair. I think a lot of people were like that, right? Like, even if people were like, these guys are kind of hyping up a team that's not that good. I mean, it wasn't we were claiming they were going to be a title contender. It was more just, can they take that real step? And the real step to me is play-in. I will just disagree with the idea that the play-in didn't matter. The play-in matters. It's a step in the right direction. You haven't been a playoff team in 4 seasons. You are on the verge of having one of the longest droughts in your franchise's history of having no playoffs, let alone play-in. And so I just wanted to see it. And whether you are positive, somewhere in the middle, or even a little negative about it, how if you watch that game last night, you don't conclude they weren't even that impressive from offense. They scored 114 points.
No.
I mean, imagine a game where
Denny did make a 3. Did he end up making one? I think he was Did he make one?
I think
if he made it, he made it early.
He was
0
for 6.
Make him in the fourth
0
quarter.
for 6 from 3. Drew was 1 of 7. Yeah. Shaden was 3 of 9 from 3.
Klingon was their best 3-point shooter.
Yeah, he was 50% from the field. And so, like, even with a night where you didn't even play that good a basketball, your defense continued to keep you in it. And your offense on a bad night scored 114 points. Now, that's not going to be every night in the league. We know that. But you were so right in the difference in that game was the end of the day, basketball will always be great offense will beat great defense. Ann Edwards was guarded by who? Tamani Kamara.
Elite defender.
And I'm not even faulting Tamani.
It was great defense.
Step back.
Yes.
Yeah. And he hit the shot. Like, that ultimately is where it shakes out. What team has been in the back-to-back conference finals in the West?
Yeah, the Minnesota Timberwolves.
So, like,
they have an Ant Edwards.
You went toe-to-toe with them in a season where people were excited, hyped. You gave them a show, and you played a team really tough that has a lot of respect in your conference. It's a great start. This just sucks. Yeah. I mean, there's no other way around it, and I really hope the players can – I don't even know, man. This could just as well derail their thought process for at least the next game, but you hope that they're able to kind of move on.
And then they got a mini road trip and then an East Coast road trip coming up soon.
They play the Lakers twice in their first 7 games.
Yeah, we know there's one game, and they may not even be favored in it now after what the Jazz did last night. So,
yeah, the Clippers. I think it's on Sunday, right? They play the Clippers on Sunday.
They play Clippers, but they play the Jazz.
Oh, wow.
I think it was at the Jazz or something like that.
Home
I don't
opener
know.
for the Jazz, whatever. Somebody tagged us. I guess last night in his press conference, he used the term "let the chips fall."
Yeah, he did.
Not that that's not a common expression, but
Common expression.
So how do you want to do this? Do you want to roll on with more like how are they going to react, or do you actually want to talk about the play?
Yeah, let's get to the game a little bit. I don't care, dude. Like I mean, I should say I don't care. I think I will move on, and I would imagine most Blazer fans. Is there an emotional connection at all in the city to Chauncey Billups?
I would probably beg that's the opposite.
Right? Like just he got extended. Okay.
Some last year I think turned.
We
maybe
had
the
that with
opinion.
Terry Stotts because he was here for so long, and you had the conference finals run, and he had the great relationship with Dame. Like when he got fired, that almost felt like a more emotional story. This is just kind of like, wait, what? Like there's a shock to it.
Yeah, you would run into Terry Stotts out and about. Like he would go do things with his wife and in the city.
He wouldn't fish you into illegal poker games.
No, he'd randomly be at a Winterhawks game.
Allegedly.
Like just hanging out.
Can we be honest about something?
Sure.
If Chauncey invited you to a poker game,
Dude, he would have fished the hell out of me if he was like, "Hey, Dirt, you want to come to sends me a random DM? What's up, Chauncey?
$200 buy-in, Sprague. You in? Yeah,
Well,
dude.
Playing poker with Chauncey Billups? Yeah, man, I'll come play poker with you.
I'm going to guess the buy-in was a little higher when you asked
Yeah.
what the buy-in
I think
was.
the buy-in would have been a little
Swigard,
bit
don't
above
bring
my
up
pay
facts
grade.
here. All right, let me live in a world where $200 buy-in is good.
I just couldn't catch any cards tonight, man. It was the weirdest thing.
You know, they kept
Weirdest
knowing
thing.
when I had aces.
Yes, every time I had Ace King, somebody would have.
Did you keep hitting full
That
houses?
just was
What?
wild, man. The luck that Chance had that night that I
thought I
played
was good
poker
at
with
bluffing.
him. Banana stuff. So I think to that point, the basketball to me is almost a bigger story in just terms of what it means for the rest of the season. Some people say not a concern. I just wanted to bring it up. You're probably right. These are professional
so.
athletes. Like, show up on Friday, keep going. Like, the identity is there. The teamwork is there. Like, I don't see this group crumbling. I just wanted to ask a question.
Becomes what they have to figure out, what Joe Cronin has to figure out is who's going to step in. He's got to do a press conference at some point.
The Blazers still have not said a peep.
Yeah, no emails yet.
Well, I'm sure they're
probably legally
consulting with
trying
lawyers
to,
to make sure they don't
ChatGPT
cause
lawyer
more
edition's writing
problems.
this one.
How do we get out of this contract for cause and not have to pay him a dime? How about you get arrested by the FBI and that's how you get out of the contract without having to pay him a
Look,
dime?
that person, I'm going to lean on that person, the same opinion. I think this team just genuinely loves to play basketball, and I think they all have like a toughness about them, but I'll counter and say this. You've never seen this in the history of the league. A coach arrested by the FBI. It's truly one of one.
It's truly one of one. Now, the likely replacement, Nate, is it Bjorkgren?
It's Bjorken.
Bjorken.
Or is it Gren at the end? Are we sure?
Bjorken.
Because listeners are saying we're saying it wrong. So I'm just trying to. This is probably going to be a name that we're going to need to know. And I just wanted
Doesn't
to.
matter.
Okay.
Nate.
I think it's Bjorkgren is how you say his
Nate
last
B,
name.
man.
Let's
go Nate B.
He's likely going to be the interim coach at
Caring
some
too much
point.
about Text Police right now. Is he, or is it going to be Dame? Some are asking poll questions.
God, Dame being a player coach, first one since Bill Russell would be phenomenal.
I mean,
maybe there was one after that.
He already owns a car dealership. What do all coaches end up doing? They end up getting car dealerships.
Sitting over there cheering anyways. Let him drop some plays. What's the worst that could happen? Let's get to the basketball side of this a little bit.
Play harder. Okay, thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks, Coach. Thanks, Dame. I appreciate it, man.